Go.
Hi, I'm Philip Nelson with NewTek, and we're here looking at NewTek's TriCaster Pro. TriCaster is a live television truck in a backpack, 1 cubic foot and 10 pounds, and it replaces the core functionality found in a live television studio or a live television truck. So here, if we look at the TriCaster interface, you'll see that we can live switch 3 video cameras. We can also do real-time 3D transitions, and TriCaster includes hundreds of real-time 3D transitions. Everything from page peels, nice page peels, to video that actually walks away and shows you some of the technology that's available in our live 3D DVEs. Now, the other thing that we've tried to do is we've tried to simplify the interface by using plain English instead of video jargon when we use our tools. So instead of in a live truck, you would have a program output, and the program output is your live output. So instead, we simplified it and simply called it live. The preview output is what's coming up next, and we called that next. So it makes sense, common sense. We also instead have a built-in VCR, which allows you to play back video from the computer's hard disk or the TriCaster's hard disk, and it also allows you to store up to 10 hours of video right on the TriCaster, so we can actually integrate video into our live production. So also we have a picture playlist, so we can actually have still images that are on the system that we can play. We can cycle through billboards of sponsor logos or still pictures, and we have a color background generator, so we can do real-time color backgrounds, and then we can also go to black, because every show has to start out with black at the beginning and the end. Now, we've also simplified the process of creating graphics in your system, and you don't have to be a graphic artist to use TriCaster, and graphics are one of the things that actually makes a production look more professional, or really sets the difference between a professional national style production or a local production. So let's take a look at the overlays. We've had an Emmy award winning graphic artist create 100 graphic templates that will allow you to easily make your television shows look professional. So let's load up a few of these. So you see, we pick ones we want to use in our show. Let's do the film lower third. I think this one's cool. And then for fun, let's just go down to the sports lower third, and that'll be good enough. So if we click on the lower third of the graphic we want to use, it's a template. So only the text that we're supposed to modify can be selected. So if we move our mouse over David Kendall, you'll see we highlight his name, and I'm going to type in Philip. Let's do turn off caps lock. Philip Nelson. We hit enter, and let's call this VP NewTek. Just keep it simple. And so now what I want to do is I want to start off on Shay, and let's say Shay's the news reporter, and she's going to toss, you know what, Shay, you get to be the star. Let's do a graphic for you, and I'm going to toss to you because I'm so nice. Shay Johnson, first-time director. So now I'm the anchor, we're here on camera, I'm Philip Nelson. So what I can do is let's transition to the 2-shot, and then I'm going to fade up this overlay. So it's like, hi, I'm Philip Nelson, we're here live in the studio, and I'm going to transition to Shay Johnson, who is our reporter out in the field. And what I want to do is I go from camera 2 to camera 3. I want to bring up this graphic at the same time. So I select camera 3 is up next, and I hit fade all, and we're going to bring up the Shay's video and her graphic at the same time. So I say Shay's been in China, she's been visiting these great kids that we've seen in China, and let's take a look at some of the footage that she shot. Well, we can fade out her overlay first, and now we go to our VCR and we're going to turn on Q mode. And this is really neat because it's like a virtual tape operator. So in the VCR we select the footage that we want to see. We can actually mark the in and out point so that we can trim it down so it's a little shorter. And now we hit the pause button. So when Shay, the reporter, says, let's take a look at these cute kids from China. Come on, Shay, humor me.
Let's take a look at these cute kids from China.
Okay, I'm going to transition from camera 3 to the VCR, and I'm not going to hit any other buttons. We hit auto, and it automatically plays this clip. And you see that we can transition back to Shay, and it advances to the next clip. So what's nice about this is if we select the Chinese opera, we hit the pause button, and Shay says, let's take a look at the Chinese opera. Come on, Shay, humor me.
Let's take a look at the Chinese opera.
So it plays the Chinese opera, and when it gets to the end, it starts, you can make it count up or down. So this is 11 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We can count. Yes, we did learn how to count. So we count down and watch. I'm not even going to touch it. Look, no hands. It's actually going to transition back to Shay automatically, and then it advances to the next clip in the VCR. So she can take a look at the next clip and it auto advances. We come out early, back to Shay, it advances to the China kids. And so we actually have the capability to produce an entire live television show in a single 10-pound box that retails for between $5,000 and $7,000. Now, some of the other things that we have that I want to show you that makes it easier for anybody to produce live television is camera setup. This is actually called a waveform monitor and vectorscope. It's a complicated piece of equipment that can be found in any live television truck. But we also have this so the engineers use this to set up their cameras and make sure the levels are set properly. But in TriCaster, we have a very simple way to set this up. If we go to auto calibrate and switch all of our cameras to color bars, and it'll automatically set up the cameras and do its best to try to match them up. So it's really a neat feature that allows you to match cameras that are consumer cameras and make them look halfway decent. The name TriCaster comes from the fact that we can simultaneously output to 3 things: to video, to projector, or a webcast. So let's take a look at the VGA output. Now, we don't have a projector hooked up, but if we did, we could select the resolution of the projector, and it would actually output directly to our projector. So churches, concert venues, clubs, things like that can use that. And recording and streaming is very easy here. As we're doing our live show, I could click the record output button, and it actually is recording everything that's going on the live window directly to the TriCaster's hard disk. Now, a little trivia for you. This little flashing red light shows you that it's recording, but one of our interface designers here loves David Hasselhoff, and yes, we do like to embarrass him because he likes David Hasselhoff. And this is actually the LED on the front of Kit from Knight Rider, so it's for a little trivia for you. But we're recording the output. We can also stream the output, and so you don't have to be a streaming expert to use TriCaster. Simply pick the type of streaming you want to do, the frames or the frame rate, the resolution, how many kilobits per second, and then we hit stream, and it actually is streaming right now. It generates a web address so that you could email that to a customer or a friend or a content delivery network, and actually we are streaming right now. So TriCaster basically takes the functionality found in a live television truck that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars and shrinks it down into a 10-pound box that's portable, easy to use, and very affordable. TriCaster is an award-winning product. It's been nominated for an Emmy. We've won over 10 other major industry awards for TriCaster, and it's empowering more people to create live television, whether it's for the web, for television, or projectors. So we appreciate you guys being here today. I'm Philip Nelson, and we'll catch you next time. Back to you, Shay.